Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at Kaalamang Pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techiemommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello, happy Tuesday everyone. Magandang umaga po. And I'd like to welcome everyone who's online now and watching. Hindi ko lang po nakikita as usual yung mga pangalan, but I see Jake Elizar. Hello there, Jake. Hello. Yan pala, pag Tuesday pwede ka, no? I want to also have you on the show to talk about distance learning and all that, no? Kung pwede sana siguro next Tuesday, if you can be free, no? I want to talk about yung yung education mo, yung past pandemic, diba? Tsaka kasi forever always one of my supporters here sa ating lalo na sa programang Buhay Online, na itong nag 1 year na tayo. I want to feature you here as an example and as somebody that can talk about online education and distance learning, how you experienced for the past 2 years, okay? So tell me kung pwede ka, kung kailang araw kang pwede next week, okay? All right? Anyway, so welcome Jake, welcome everybody sa Buhay Online. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. As we all know, yan na, umiinit na yung panahon, malapit na ang Holy Week. So how are you guys spending your Holy Week and where? We were just talking about, reminiscing kami ng mga family ko, especially my family in Manila and my brother in Australia and in America. Because, kami talaga, Holy Week is a time for solemnity. It's a time for meditation and for thinking about religiously, okay, the sufferings of our Lord Jesus Christ. Kami po as a family, kasi nga wala kaming probinsya, like I said before, we always used to go to mga resorts or go to Baguio or nag-out of town po kami kasi wala kaming province na inuuwian kagaya ng most people umuwi sa kanilang ancestral homes. Yung family po namin because kami, probinsya dahil wala kaming family. My parents are from Manila. Yung mga lolo ko from Manila rin. So, what we would do growing up as a child, pag Holy Week, we would go out of town. Kasama po namin lahat ng, yung parents po namin kasi they like na they know our friends. So, our holidays were spent, our Holy Week were spent with all our mga barkada from from school, sama-sama from my kuyas to sa bunso namin. Kasama namin lahat yan sa trip, for example, to Baguio, to Montemar. Yun po yung mga resort po na pupunta kami doon. We will stay there for 3 days from Good Holy Wednesday to Easter Sunday. Tsaka yun po, growing up as a child, pag Easter Sunday po, nag-Easter egg hunt kami. Tsaka yun, pag out of town kami, pinaalala namin kung ano yung mga kinakain namin pag Holy Week. Diba, hindi ka pwede kumain ng meat. So, we have bacalao, and then yun na nga yung ginumis, which is the dessert, yung may pinipig na gulaman at sapo, right? And meron yung gata. But anyway, so looking back at all those years, I remember our parents, our dearly departed parents na po, na talagang we had such a For us, Holy Week also was a perfect time to bond as a family and pray. Diba po? So, however way you're gonna spend your Holy Week, keep it safe po. Alam niyo naman po, meron pa rin virus, right? Nakikita ko talaga all over the world, parang wala nang virus situation. Like in America, nakita ko yung mga nanonood sila ng concert. Pwede nang manood ng concert. Sa America, nanood, ano ba yun, Boys to Men yata yun. Ang dami-daming tao, like my friends in LA, they were watching the concert, wala nang social distancing. Tsaka yun, punong-puno yung stadium. Kasi nga yun, yung mga ganyang concert, pwede na, right? And even in the Philippines, alert level 1 na po tayo. That's why it's really almost close to almost normal na. Kaya lang po, yun pa rin po. All the safety protocols pa rin kasi marami pa rin nagkaka-COVID, no? Pero yun na nga, because most people are fully vaccinated, we have some sort of layer of protection na hindi masyado maging severe yung pagkaka-COVID nyo. Okay. So first order of the day po tayo, no? Ang Department of Health, okay, talking about speaking of COVID, ang stats ngayon po, pababa ng pababa, okay? The Department of Health recorded a total of 387 na lamang po na new cases kahapon, okay? 387 na lang. Marami nagsasabi hindi daw totoo yung mga numbers na yan kasi ginagawa na nilang ganyan dahil election. Maybe there's some truth to it, di ba? Kasi inaalaw nila yung mga gathering ng mga election. Nakita nyo naman, nagkakagulo, wala nang social distancing, basta may mga nag-aabot, nagbibigay ng pera or ayuda or whatever it is, no? But anyway, yun na nga. As per the DOH, only 387 new cases. Okay, only 387 new COVID-19 cases were logged kahapon. The active cases slightly decreased to 41,846 out of the 3,677,376 confirmed na infections. So far, there have been 3,576,500 recoveries and 59,030 deaths sa 100 plus million nating population. No? So talagang mababa ang death rate. These figures were taken from the DOH COVID-19 tracker online, okay, as the department has gone from a daily to weekly report. Okay. In an earlier statement, Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergeire said that the COVID-19 tracker would also eventually be updated weekly na ulit. Okay. In its early weekly report, the DOH recorded a total of 2,276 infections from March 21 to March 27. Okay? Right? So, in connection to that naman, okay, bumababa ang number of infections daily, pero pag hindi pa rin natin pinush yung pagbabakuna, baka sa April tumaas ulit. Okay? Concepcion warns COVID surge in late April if administration of booster vax remains slow. Ano ang ibig sabihin naman ito? The Philippines may experience another surge of COVID-19 infections kung hindi natin patupadin or ipalaganap pa yung pag-booster shots. Okay? So, kung hindi natin ito gawin, sa second half of April, baka tumaas ulit yung number of infections kasi yung uptake of booster shots mababa pa now. Parang hindi pa masyadong yung campaign na ipakalat yung booster shots eh. So, kailangan natin maging mas aggressive tayo na magpa-booster shot yung mga tao. Concepcion expressed concern over the low uptake of COVID-19 booster shots, saying only 30% of the population in Metro Manila have received their booster dose, while other regions only registered 10% of their population have received their booster dose. Kung hindi tataas yung booster uptake na yan ng citizens natin, baka may surge tayo sa second half of April dahil masyadong mababa itong uptake ng booster. If the booster uptake will not increase, we may experience a surge of infections in the second half of April because of very low booster uptake. Okay. He urged the public to get their booster shots because the country cannot afford another series of lockdowns since it would ruin the momentum of the currently reopening economy. Nagbumabangon pa lang po tayo kasi ang ekonomiya natin itong alert level 1. So please, magpa-booster shots na po lahat para wag na ulit mag-lockdown na naman at maapektuhan na naman ang mga ekonomiya or mga industries. With the low uptake of booster shots, it is also not likely that the government will remove the alert level system and implement the new normal, since the Philippines should have given booster shots to 70% to 80% of the population before it can remove the emergency health status. Okay? So dapat ma-achieve natin yan 80% para tayo mabalik sa new normal. Delikado kung buksan natin at tanggalin yung alert level. Kailangan natin i-focus ang energy dito sa pagbo-booster shot. Ito ang sinabi ni Concepcion. It is risky to open and remove the alert levels because we need to focus our energy on giving those booster shots. Based on the Department of Health data, around 65 million individuals in the country are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 as of March 20. Okay? About 11.5 million, meanwhile, have received their third or booster dose. Mababa pa, na? For more, kaya, so dapat natin yan to make sure na magpa-booster shot na lahat, right? All right, okay. Okay, so that's that on that. Ngayon, okay, regarding naman po sa elections, right? And how how it's offending right now, these elections and kaya nga dahil dyan sa mga nangangampanya, parang ng social distancing, lalo na pag namimigay ng pera, nakakagulo na. But anyway, okay, let's talk about, alright, itong tungkol sa election tsaka ang Baguio, okay, alright. Baguio's alert level voids TRO on rally permits, okay? Di ba kasi naging alert level 1 na ang Baguio, alright? Sa Baguio City po, a Baguio's court order stopping the Commission on Elections from requiring a local campaign permit volunteers of presidential candidate Vice President Leni Robredo to secure permits for their activities may have been rendered moot and or binoid po yung kailangan nilang kumuha ng permit sa Baguio pagka-campaign when the city was categorized under level 1. So hindi na kailangan kumuha ng permit to gather, sabi ng isang poll official kahapon. Campaigns and communities under the most lenient alert status may proceed without a permit. Akala ko lahat ng kampanya may kailangan mag-secure ng permit. Hindi na pala sa level 1, no? Okay, which kasi it was only required in places with higher health restrictions like alert levels 2 and 3 to reduce or eliminate COVID-19 infections during the 2022 national and local elections. Itong sinabi ni lawyer Adelino Tabilas, director ng COMELEC sa Cordillera. Violations of the rules governing campaigns under a pandemic are not only criminally liable under election laws, but also the guidelines COVID-19 Interagency Task Force. Okay. So, pero ngayon po, pinaklaro ko lang na because alert level na ang Baguio, hindi na nila kailangan kumuha din ng permit para magkampanya, right? The status quo order extended the February 28 temporary restraining order or TRO issued by Baguio Judge Maria Ligaya Itliong Rivera until April 4. The next hearing date of a lawsuit challenging election campaign guidelines under COMELEC Resolution number 10732. So hindi na yan kailangan, right? Okay. The petition for declaratory relief and the nullification of this special campaign rule filed by members of One Baguio Benguet Robredo People's Council argued that volunteers should not be required to secure campaign rally permits or provide details about their expenses because they are neither part of a candidate's official campaign group nor are they supervised by them. Independent to mga to. So wala daw bearing. Ask about the Tabulias comments. Lawyer Carolina Gay Balahadja Ligayu, one of the petitioners, said that change in alert level status had no bearing on the Baguio case. We still need a ruling. What if the alert level changes? She told the Inquirer. Ligayu said Tabilas might be referring to CR 107 or Court Rule 10769, which was issued by the COMELEC and banked on March 16 to amend CR 10732. Okay, anong ibig sabihin nito? It no longer requires campaigns to secure COMELEC permits in alert level 1 areas, although these activities are still subject to the health ordinances of local governments. Okay, regardless of the amendment at the time of the enactment of this CR 10732, it was an overreach for COMELEC to police election campaign activities, not just rallies, to comply with health standards because that is the lookout of the local governments and the Department of Health. Eh yun nga, nakikita natin sa mga video sa mga YouTube wala nang social distancing. Dikit-dikit na yung mga tao para nanood ng kampanya, tsaka yun nga para magtanggap ng pera. Hindi na, wala nang pila-pila. Eh, wala kasi nagpapastol na nag-aayos ng traffic ng tao, right? They said it was also an overreach to include volunteer groups in the operation of the resolution in the first place. Okay? So, yun po yung balita tungkol doon, right? Okay, so, what else do we have on our plate? Medyo marami tayong kapag-usapan ngayon. Okay? All right. Speaking of Filipinos, okay, let me just put it out. This epic Pinoy space opera is getting a full-color international release, okay? Pinoy graphic novels, okay? Pakita nga natin. So, let me just see kung ano ito, alright? Hold on. Hi there, Tita Agnes. Welcome po. Welcome po sa Buhay Online. Tita Agnes is also one of our regular supporters here at Buhay Online. Maraming salamat, Tita Agnes Lakap and the Direct family for always supporting also. Okay. So, let me just show you itong Pinoy Space Opera. Ito ang manga ng Filipino. Let me just show you. Sensya na, alright? That's just, ayan, okay. I'm gonna show you. Okay. Hold on, please. Just bear with me. I just want to show you itong Pinoy manga na ma-release international. Proud naman tayo dyan. Let me just get it. Ayan. Okay, very good. Okay. Here's what I'm talking about. Asan na ba yun? There you go. All right, there you go. Okay. Yan po. All right. Okay. Speaking of, this epic Pinoy space opera is getting a full-color international release po. Pinoy graphic novels hit different. Mangas or comics, no? Like all have their own unique vein of storytelling. Sa Japan, di ba, dyan ano yung mga manga. So it makes sense that nothing hits closer to home than seeing our own stories, ang ating mga sariling atin na laid out in a graphic novel style, particularly if you were or are obsessed with works from folks like Arnold Are, Russell Molina, and more recently, Paulo Chiquiamco. Well, better take note because there's a chance to relive the magic for that last one. Chiquiamco's Myth Space, ito pa nakikita nyo, is getting an international release. And this time in full color. Wow! Okay. Pinoy graphic novel Myth Space slated for an international release. Chiquiamco is working with Portland-based publisher Ablaze for this re-release. A Kickstarter was launched for the project on March 22. They have already surpassed their goal of US $6,000 as of writing. But there's definitely still time to help out before pledges on April 21. Ang Kickstarter po, yan po yung pagka naghihingi kayo ng funds from all over the world on social media to support a project. Eh, itong Myth Space po, yan o, nakaabot na sila ng $6,000 yung kanilang target. With the international release, The stories will be in full color for the first time ever, and some of the stories will have remastered artwork. Lift Off, the main story, is being almost completely redrawn. Itong sinabi ni Chikiam ko sa interview sa kanya sa Spot PH. Okay? Myth Space, okay, ayan po yung Myth Space yung nasa screen nyo ngayon. Okay? All began when artist Koy Carrion, the one who helped bring Lift Off to life, approached Chikiamko. He told me that a group of his friends wanted to work on a science fiction anthology, and he wanted me to introduce him to writers they could collaborate with. After seeing what the team was capable of naturally, I wanted to keep them all to myself, and I pitched a shared universe for all the 6 stories, okay? Their work then grew into an epic space opera of 6 diverse stories with Filipino folklore as its backbone. Now, years later, they revisited their works. It was definitely fun going back to Mythspace after years of not being able to work on it. What's been amusing to me is seeing the choices I made and the shortcuts I resorted to for the stuff. I was having a hard time drawing at the time. Not at the time. Now I have a chance to do them better. Sinabi ni Carrion. Totoo naman, with the technology, right? With the technology around us, talagang better na talaga rin ang mga what do you call this, apps that we can use, right? So, oops. Ano ba yun? Hold on. Sorry. Oops. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna show you talaga itong work ni Carion at saka ni Chikan ko, no? Napakalaki mo. Hold on. Sorry. There you go. Okay. So, ito yung myth space na sinasabi. Yan yung mga Filipino manga. Yan yung myth space. Okay. Alright. So, yeah. Ano ba nangyari sa akin dito? Tinakpan ko yata yung face ko. What happened here? What happened? Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. Ayan. Yan. Yan yung artwork na myth space. Okay. Natakpan yung mukha ko. Ano ba yan? Hi there, Miss Angelica Paz. Good morning. Welcome to Buhay Online. Ayan na naman ako naglalaro ng mga graphics ko habang nagsasalita. Natakpan na yung buong, buong screen. But anyway, so yeah. Being able to put the book out internationally allows us to reach more readers, okay? Particularly those in the Filipino diaspora and those interested in seeing more diverse representation in genres such as space opera. Itong sinabi ni Chikiam ko. Our hope is that readers who are unfamiliar with Philippine folklore are intrigued by it, and those who are familiar with it will enjoy seeing familiar faces in new forms, okay? So ang Myth Space yan po. Myth Space volume came out under Visprint Inc. in 2014, nearly a decade ago. The writer and the artist have continued telling stories in this medium, but as Chikiamko shares, few Philippine creators can make a living solely from comics. But the more successful Philippine comics there are, particularly on the global stage, the higher the likelihood that more of us can do so as our sole vocation. Okay? So yan po, tulungan natin po ang Philippine manga yan, sa pag-support. And ang magandang balita is, okay, that now, okay, the Philippine mangas is going to be showcased internationally, right? It's going to enjoy an international release, okay? Because si Paolo Chiquiamco, yung creator nito Space, is working with Portland-based publisher Ablaze for its re-release, okay? With the international release, the stories will be in full color for the first time ever. And some of the stories will have remastered artwork. Very good. So congratulations. No? Very good yan. Very good. Good job. Another accolade on the Pinoy SCAP. Very good. And the Pinoy creativity. Very good. Okay. All right. Balikan naman natin, no? Speaking of balikatan, right? Hindi ba tinanggal yung balikatan exercises itong si ating Pangulong Duterte na ilang taon tayong uh, hand in hand working with Americans, right? Uh, and the Americans to have mga military exercises here and also help our military. Well, in the Philippines, U.S. militaries defy pandemic to kick off the largest balikatan exercise. All right. So, pwede na. Babalik na. Ito na yan. Okay? Okay, all right. Okay, yan ang walita na sinasabi ko ngayon. After being postponed and scaled down in the past 2 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the Balikatan exercise was formally launched by the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the United States military, okay, at Camp Aguinaldo in Quezon City yesterday, Monday. Okay, all right. Ayan po, oh. Well, let's have a better picture. Ayan. Kasi naman, yung mga ads na nakakainis. Hold on a second, please. Just bear with me. I'm just going to show you again what happened at Camp Aguinaldo regarding the Balikatan exercises. There you go. Okay. All right. So yan po. Okay. That's what yan ang Balikatan exercises, no? That nag-kick off. Okay. The Balikatan opening. General Andres Centino, second from left, if you can see. All right. Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines linked arms with officials of the Philippines and United States militaries and embassy during the opening ceremony of Balikatan Exercise 2022 at Camp Aguinaldo in Quezon City yesterday po. Okay? With him are left to right. Okay, nakikita nyo ba? Kita ba natin ang ayan, no? Ayan. With him left to right po. Okay. Major General Charlton Sean Garland, PNM, PH Exercise Director, Honorable Heather Variava, U.S. Charged the Affairs to the Philippines, Department of National Defense, USEC Cardozo Luna, Major General J.M. Pargeron, U.S. Exercise Director and Commodore Don Anthony Miraflor, and AFP Deputy Chief of Staff for Education, Training, and Doctrines. Okay? So yan po, sila po yung nag-participate doon sa pag-launch to signal the relaunching of the Balikatan exercises. General Andres Santino, AFP Chief of Staff, led the opening ceremony of the 37th Balikatan exercise, dubbed as the largest attended iteration of the Philippine-led annual drills, as he emphasized the importance of strengthening that interoperability between Filipino and American soldiers in light of the volatile, uncertain, and ambiguous nature of the security setting in the Indo-Pacific. So, akala ko dati tinigil yan ng ating Pangulo, pero thank God, yan pa rin pala, right? The annual Philippines-United States Balikatan exercise is one of the long-standing mutual engagements between our two countries that have paved the way for enhanced cooperation, collaboration, and mutual commitment, all aimed at promoting collective security. Okay? This year's event is indeed remarkable, as we are fortunate to enforce a full implementation of our exercise with approximately 8,900 participants and observers from various armed forces, which is a remarkable compared to the previous years. Para kino-compare to dun sa mga recent years na pag-conduct ng exercise. Around 3,800 AFP personnel and 5,100 U.S. troops will participate in this year's Balikatan exercise, which will be held across Luzon until April 8 under the supervision of the Northern Luzon Command, or NOLCOM. They will train shoulder to shoulder in a wide array of engagements focusing on maritime security, amphibious operations, live fire training, urban operations, aviation operations, counterterrorism, kailangan yan, and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief. Okay? For years po, tinatrain na tayo ng mga Amerikano na yan, talaga nakakatulong naman talaga po. To recall, the COVID-19 pandemic forced the cancellation of the Balikatan exercise noong 2020. Temporary lang pala yung pag-cancel noon. Buti naman na rin. Meanwhile, it was scaled down in 2021 and only 640 Filipino and American troops participated in the drill. And ngayon po, the easing of the protocols due to the improving development in our health situation has allowed us once again the opportunity to fully realize the objective of our exercise, especially with the participation of our other foreign counterparts. Okay, very good. Okay? So, yan po, no? So, yan ang magandang balita dyan tungkol sa balikatan natin. Very good. Buti naman. Akala ko talagang tinanggal entirely eh. Right? That's nice to know. Okay? So, on that note, okay? Ang gandang pakita ito. Let me just, okay. So, marami po tayong papag-usapan na tungkol sa mga news around the globe, and because thank God for technology, we are able to learn about what's happening everywhere. Okay? So, ayan po. Ayan po ang ating balikatan launch, right? Very good. It's very good. Magandang malaman na hindi naman po ito pala pinigil, kundi pinospone lang. Very good. So, yeah. So, we look forward to this balikatan exercises in cooperation with the American government, right? Aside from the pandemic, the AFP is also facing other forms of threat, okay? As China continues to assert its dominance in the region. And the United States has expressed its support to the Philippines in case there will be an escalation of hostilities, especially since there are concerns from the security sector that the military invasion of Russia and Ukraine might embolden Beijing to follow suit. Wag naman pa, Diyos ko, wag kang gumaya, China, I swear. However, Major General Bargeron, U.S. Exercise Director and Commanding General of the U.S. military's 3rd Marine Division, insisted that the joint drills they are conducting with the Philippines is not a show of their force to warn China's aggressive actions in the West Philippine Sea. O nga naman, ba't pa natin kailangan i-allude doon, di ba? Anyway, ano nangyari dito? Okay. Meanwhile, Centeno said that the conduct of the Balikatan exercises signifies the continued strengthening of the alliance between the Philippines and the United States as President Duterte enters the final 3 months of his presidency. We are having elections, okay, this year, and definitely there will be changes in the organization. We have different defense treaties with our counterparts from the United States. Even with the changes in the leadership, in the organization, the treaties are safe, sabi ng AFP chief, okay? Security kasi is a shared responsibility. We cannot just defend ourselves. We have to have a defense cooperation with our allies so that with synergy, cooperation, and collaboration, we will have a stronger or more sustainable security environment. We cannot just plan or defend or train by ourselves. It's important that we continue to engage with our allies, okay? So, ayan po, no? Yan po yung tungkol sa balikatan. Very good. Oh, in connection to that po, no, is ito yung tungkol sa China Sea. Meron po akong ng balita dyan. Wait a minute. Where did it happen? Ayan. Ano, tapos na yun. But anyway, so that's that regarding the balikatan exercises. Okay? Let's talk about breakthroughs naman, no, in technology. Again, I'd like to, ask everyone to please feel free to send your questions and your suggestions regarding topics that you want to talk about in connection to technology. Right? Of course, you're welcome to message me po sa aking messenger or sa Facebook or email me suggestions and requests for topics to talk about. Okay? All right. So, okay. Hold on a second, please. International naman po. Okay? Ito ang cool nito. Let's talk about breakthroughs. Okay? Tapos na to. All right. Let's remove this balikatan. Okay. Okay. And now, all right. Tingnan nyo to Suzuki teams up with SkyDrive to develop flying cars for Japan. Oh my God. Diba? Ano pa ba? What will they think of next? You know, that's what you want to imagine. Meron questions sa isa sa mga lessons ko. What kind of technology would you like to see pa? I mean, I'm asking you. Ano pa bang klaseng teknolohiya or breakthrough ang gusto niyang makita? Right? You can answer me by, of course, sending your answers. But look at this one. This is Suzuki teams up with SkyDrive to develop flying cars. Diyos mio. Sabi na nga konti na lang panahon meron ng mga flying cars. Okay, let's read about it and know about it. Coming to 2025, if this pair has anything to say about it. Okay, on March 22, Suzuki Motor Corporation announced that it was teaming up with fellow Japanese firm SkyDrive to work on all the steps in creating and marketing an electric flying vehicle. Lumilipad na sasakyan po. Okay? While the first thing ride-apart readers think of Suzuki for is likely its bike. Diba lahat ng tao naisip nila Suzuki bike, motorsiklo. Pero, the company also makes cars. Totoo naman, I used to drive a Suzuki Ninja in America. Yung Jeep ko, Suzuki po yun. They also make cars, but that it sells in a number of worldwide markets outside the US. For those in the US who are familiar, we used to get Suzuki cars naman talaga until the company left our market noong 2012. Kasi nga, nagmaneho ako ng Suzuki Samurai, di pala Ninja. Suzuki Samurai po yung sasakyan ko noon. Black na Jeep yun. They stopped na manufacturing to America noong 2012. However, even though Suzuki does make and sell cars in worldwide markets, it doesn't make flying cars. At least not yet. That's where SkyDrive comes in, with creations like the SD-03 electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft seen doing a piloted demo flight in 2020. The initial focus of this partnership will begin with the Indian market and go from there. Carbon neutrality is, of course, an important goal that both companies aim to achieve. It's currently 2022, and the two companies intend to have a working air taxi service. Dati napapanood ko lang yan sa cartoon, yung Jetsons. And, if you know that, the Jeffersons, right? It's an American cartoon na ang mga sasakyan, spaceships. Ngayon magkakatotoo na, oh my God, air taxi. Wow. Air Uber, air Grab. In place by 2025, oh my God, hindi na malayo yun. That's just 3 years away. By the time the 2025 World Exposition in Osaka launches, gusto na lang by that time na meron ng flying cars. Oh my goodness. At present, the dates for that event are scheduled to run from April 13, 2025. Oy, magandang pumunta sa convention na yan. Namimiss ko na mag-attend ng mga technical conventions. You know, I want to. Hopefully, through October 13, 2025. If all goes according to plan, then Suzuki and SkyDrive should find ample opportunities to demonstrate what they've accomplished together with this project. Okay? With the greatest of ease. Here are a few updates on SXK motorcycles low flying object. Okay? Triumph and Listerine, okay? While SkyDrive prides itself on being a leading manufacturer of flying cars in Japan, it's currently a small product category, okay? So, the company hopes to gain significant reach in its team up, kaya siya nakipag-collaborate, nag-collab siya with Suzuki. Meanwhile, Suzuki hopes to gain a fourth product category for its portfolio, expanding upon its existing automotive motorcycle and outboard motor business. If we're this close to flying cars in 2025 and 2022, how close are we to flying motorbikes? Oh my God. Kung yun na nga naman, di ba? 3 years na lang, meron ng flying cars. Baka daw flying motorbikes, nakakatakot naman yun, lumilipad na motorsiklo. That's not clear just yet, but it seems like the lines between different types of flying vehicles and what they're called by, nakakatakot naman mag-crash. Kung yung motorsiklo nga nakakatakot na dito sa land eh, ano pa kaya siya sa air? Oh my goodness. They're called, so different types of flying vehicles and what they're called by those of us on the ground seem to blur pretty regularly. Some people have already taken issue with SkyDrive's vehicle being described as a flying car. For example, and bringing up Jetpack Aviation's flying motorcycle concept also results in a whole lot of that's not a motorcycle thing, okay? Still, it's cool to see companies constantly pushing the idea of what is possible, even if the results are not mga realistic naman or how we want them. Diba? Sabi nga nila, you have to crawl first before you walk. Diba? So, trial and error pa rin yan. So, that's the latest innovation that I can mention regarding cars. Okay? Well, sa Japan, mauuna sana, right? Okay. So, kanina pinag-usapan natin yung balikatan exercises na gusto nilang sa pag-protect ng panatag shoal. Well, okay, just in ito, 2 hours ago, may balita na China stresses over sovereignty over panatag shoal. Sila pa na sa stress, sila nga yung nakikisquat, di ba? Well, yesterday, China maintained that it has sovereign rights over Scarborough Panatag. Yan, pinipilit pa rin nila after the Philippine Coast Guard reported a close-distance maneuvering incident involving a Chinese vessel in the area. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Wang Wenbin made the remark at a press conference following a PCG report that on March 2, Chinese Coast Guard vessel 3305 moved approximately 21 yards towards BRP Malabrigo in the waters of Panatag Shoal, also known as Bajo de Masinloc. O di atin na yun, di ba? Atin na yan, area na yan. Sila na ang nag-trespassing. Wang then urged, sabi niya, Huang Yandao is China's inherent territory. China has sovereignty over Huang Yandao and its adjacent waters, as well as sovereign rights and jurisdiction over relevant waters, Wang said, referring to the Chinese moniker for Panatag Shoal. Wang then urged the PCG to earnestly respect Chinese claim over the said waters. Tingnan na, nasa ulo ko pala tong flying car. Tanggalin ko muna tong flying car. Okay, alright. Okay. Ito na pala yung pinag-uusapan natin. Ayan o. Because they're insisting over their sovereignty. Ay. Nagpipilitan pa rin. According to, sabi niya, we hope that the Philippine ships will earnestly respect China's sovereignty and rights and interests, abide by China's domestic law and international law, and avoid interfering with the patrol and law enforcement of the China Coast Guard in the above-mentioned waters. Hindi nga yan lang sa inyo, no? Philippines din may-ari niyan. According to PCG Command, tsaka hindi ba, na-grant na nga ng United Nations, sinabi na nga na Philippine waters yan eh. Pero ayaw sumunod ng China. Hindi nila nire-recognize yung sinabi ng international board or United Nations. Wala silang kiber or international law. The Philippine government said, the Philippine government sued China. Okay? According to PCG Commandant Admiral Artemio Abu, the recent incident was the fourth reported close-distance maneuvering incident involving CCG-based vessels in the Panatag Shoal vicinity. Yung mga ships dyan. The Philippine government sued China before the Permanent Court of Arbitration in The Hague in 2013. Ayan ang sabi ko pala, hindi United Nations, pero yung Court sa Hague. The court ruled in favor of the Philippines in July 2016 when it junked China's 9- claim over the South China Sea. Pero yun na nga, hindi sinusunod. In the same ruling, the International Court ruled that the Spratly Islands, Panganiban Mischief Reef, Ayungin, Second Thomas, Shoal, and Rector Reed Bank are within the Philippine Exclusive Economic Zone. So, atin yon, alright? The court also deemed Panatag Shoal as a common fishing ground and outlawed China's aggression toward Filipino fishermen there. So, pwede tayong mangisda yun dahil hindi lang naman kanila yun, no? But din na lang kasi sila makishare, sila na ngayon nakikita sa waters natin. Okay, just this month, the Department of Foreign Affairs, or the DFA has summoned Chinese ambassador to the Philippines, Wang Xilian, to protest the Chinese Navy's incursion into the Sulu Sea in January 29 to February 1, 2022. DFA Acting Undersecretary Maria Teresa Lazaro then stressed that the passage of China's Navy ship in Philippine waters was illegal and violated the country's sovereign rights. Hinihingi nila irespeto natin sila, silang hindi nagre-respeto sa atin, di ba? However, the Chinese government defended the 3-day presence of their ship in the Sulu Sea, saying it was consistent with international laws. In other words, hindi nila nire-recognize, wala silang kiber, right? They still continue, right, to go about their own way. Anyway, so yun po yung tungkol doon, no? So we've covered a lot of things po today, technology sa mga election, nangyayari. Ito po yung last one po for the day, di ba? And entertainment, may nakapagsabi. Of course, because of technology, we're able to find out things that happen around the globe, in all fields. Yun to, ito po yung issue po to, yun po sa, kung nanood kayo ng Oscars, di ba? Ang daming mga nangyari. Sa mga pinaka-highlight dyan, yung ano si Will Smith po, habang nagsasalita si Crack and mention niya ito po sa G.I. Jane, which is yung alluding to the yung receding hairline ng asawa po ni Will Smith because she actually has alopecia. Okay, right. So now tuloy trending yung alopecia. What it is, it's a disorder po tungkol sa yung hindi pagtubo ng buhok, premature balding pa nangyayari. But anyway, in connection to that, it's all over the YouTube and trending yung pagsampal or sapak ni Will Smith kay Chris Rock. Right on stage, he went up there and just socked him in the face because he mentioned nga yung wife niya na nag-allude to G.I. Jane. Pero first time, I think yung G.I. Jane kasi maiksi ang hair. Kaya yun dun na reference doon. But anyway, Will Smith tells Chris Rock, I would like to apologize to you, sabi niya, in public. Okay, actor Will Smith issued a statement on March 29, which is today, apologizing to actor Chris Rock and the members of the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences for the slapping incident at the 94th Oscar Awards in Los Angeles, California last Sunday. Okay? Sabi niya sa kanyang Instagram post, violence in all of its forms is poisonous and destructive. My behavior at last night's Academy Awards was unacceptable and unexcusable. Jokes at my expense are part of the job. Ayun na nga po yung sinasabi ko. Ang humor kasi ng Amerikano po, ganun eh. Kaya nung una natawa pa siya kasi, yeah, he's also a comedian. But a joke about Jada's medical condition was too much for me to bear. Yun ang sinasabi. And I reacted emotionally. I would like to apologize to you, Chris. I was out of line and I was wrong. I am embarrassed that my actions were not indicative of the man I want to be. There is no place for violence in a world of love and kindness. Ayan po ang galing kay Will Smith, no? Napaka-honorable man naman talaga. Pero, siyempre, marami naman nakaintindi kung saan siya nanggagaling. Good morning, Shrey! Hello there, Shrey. I miss you, Shrey. Si Shrey po ang aking supposedly kasama yan pag Wednesday to talk about online education, online, everything online learning. Pero ayan, he's on vacation kasi sa India. Hi, Shrey. Thank you for watching. Anyway, so yun po. I think such an honorable man si Will Smith, no? Tapos siya pang nanalo ng Best Actor, okay? The full statement of Smith is posted on his Instagram. Diba? On March 27, kasi he slapped Rock dun sa Oscar Awards when he made a bold joke about his wife, actor Jada Pinkett Smith. Rock has reportedly said he doesn't know that Jada was suffering from alopecia. Yan nga, hindi naman niya alam. Pero yun na nga, naging sensitive, of course, si Will Smith. Okay. So, on that note, no, I'd like to thank people who are watching today. Tsaka please feel free to send me po your suggestions on what other topics you want to talk about po. regarding technology. And if you have breakthroughs that you found out and you want to feature some resource people dito po sa aking show, you are welcome po to do so. All you have to do, please, po, is email me or text me your suggestions, okay, and your concerns para po ma-address po natin dito sa ating programa. And of course, we are on YouTube. Okay, we have been on YouTube. And if you for past episodes po na natatapos dito, automatically we are migrated to YouTube. So please like and subscribe po in our YouTube channel so that we can extend po our knowledge, extend our knowledge and our sharing of our knowledge and our information para sa mas malawak pang realm, no? Okay. Sa Brazil naman po, speaking of yung mga the restrictions, maraming countries na po ang nag-ease down ng kanilang mga restrictions on health at saka travel restrictions. Sa Brazil, health regulator says time to ease COVID-19 travel restrictions sa Brazil po. Brazilian health regulator Anvisa recommended on Monday that kahapon po that COVID-19 travel restrictions be eased due to a drop in cases and deaths, okay? Requiring only full vaccination. Ayan po ang kailangan. Pag pupunta kayo ng Brazil, ay maganda rin pumunta rin yung Mardi Gras, di ba? On Monday, they said that travel restrictions are going to be eased down because of lower death rates and a drop in cases. So, ang nire-require lang nila po ay full vaccination and doing away with quarantine for unvaccinated travelers, okay? People entering the country who have not been vaccinated will still need to show proof of a negative COVID-19 test result, but quarantining will be eliminated immediately. Aba, kahit di ka ngayon na bakuna, wala nang quarantine sa Brazil. Travelers' health declarations used for tracing COVID cases will no longer be required. Wow. With immediate effect, while testing for vaccinated travelers will be suspended from May 1. Aba, hindi na iti-test, basta meron na silang dala-dala, right? Its recommendation must still be approved by the Health, Justice, and Public Security and Transport Ministries. Cruisers and cargo ships will still be subject to quarantine if COVID-19 cases are detected aboard and must remain in isolation when docked. Ito yung para sa mga seamen, no? With only health authorities allowed to board. Ayun. So pagka kayo nag-test ng positive, i-quarantine kayo sa mga ship nyo. Brazil reported 9,923 new cases of coronavirus and 77 deaths from COVID-19 in the past 24 hours. Malaki pa rin, no? The pandemic peaked a year ago when more than 3,000 people were dying each day on average in the South American country. Pero tayo, di ba, good news, 300 plus na lang. Wow. Okay? That's very good news, right? Good job. Okay. And on this note, we'd like to say thank you so much for joining me today. Maraming salamat po sa ating mga tagapanood. Maraming salamat for those who are sharing this time with me. At hindi ko nakita yung mga pangalan. Thank you very much. Jake Elizar, thank you very much. Angelica Paz, thank you. Tita Agnes Lakap, thank you. Direct Family, thank you. Shrey Sharma, thank you for all the people that are watching na hindi ko nakikita yung names. Maraming salamat. At sana po, of course, patuloy pa rin tayong maging vigilant, patuloy pa rin tayong maging prayerful because, things, of course, except for this war that's happening, na sana wag magtuloy-tuloy, parang nag-normalize na somewhat, right? There's this feeling of things getting better. Kung hindi nagkagulo-gulo yung Russia and Ukraine na yan, umaayos na right? Alert level 1 na nga tayo. So we continue to pray, we continue to be hopeful. Faith, hope, and love lang po. We have to believe, okay? We have to have the faith that things will get better. We have to hope that there's going to be a brighter day. There's going to be zero infections. There's going to be no more pandemic. And then continue to love one another. Okay? Love one another and share love po, especially in these trying times. Opo, yun naman po, of course, yung pangbalita tungkol sa Taal Volcano, nag-evacuate pa rin po ng mga tao doon and tomorrow we'll see what has been happening. Okay, pero yun po, may alert level 3 po doon sa Tagaytay, Batangas area. I'm fine, Tita Agnes, as tinanggal na po, developments pala on my knee rehabilitation. Yesterday, they removed the staples from my knee. Hindi ko mapapakita dahil nakatakip. Pero wala na pong stapler. At ang hinihintay na lang po natin ay ang paggaling ng aking knee because there's the pain po is from inside, di ba po? Tsaka I'm walking, yes, but I'm not fully operational or mobile when I'm walking. I'm still wobbly on my feet. I still experience pain every day because masakit pa rin po yung operasyon na nilagay na bakal. But I'm getting better. Thank you so much for your concern po, Tita Agnes. At kamusta po kayong lahat dyan sa Batangas at ang mga anak nyo at pamilya. And I hope you guys are all in good health. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been Jay Bautista for Buhay Online. Magkita-kita po tayo ulit bukas. Thank you very much.
Inyong natunghayan at napakinggan ang mga makabagong pamamaraan sa mundo ng online sa pamamagitan pa rin ng Broad Stream Cast Communicators. Hanggang sa muli, maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much. Thank you. See you tomorrow.